Since January 2023, Todd Chrisley has been incarcerated for a period of 12 years. The TV personality was convicted of tax evasion and criminal bank fraud. Savannah Chrisley, his daughter, is still fighting for his release nevertheless. In June 2022, Todd and Julie Chrisley were found guilty on federal counts of tax evasion, bank fraud, and providing fake paperwork to support their opulent lifestyle. While serving their separate 12-year and 7-year sentences, the couple has continued to claim their innocence. Savannah Chrisley, their daughter, is actively fighting for their release, though. The year that Todd and Julie Chrisley spent in jail. On January 17, the Chrisleys appeared at their separate prisons. Todd, 54, arrived in the federal prison Camp Pensacola, a facility with little security. Julie, 50, was first detained at the Federal Correctional Institution and then transported to the Federal Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. February, Savannah perceives her father to have aged. In a February Unlocked podcast episode, Savannah, 26, said she thought it was weird to see her father grow gray hair. "I'm like, oh my gosh, seeing him with gray hair, and he's definitely used some color over the years," she remarked. Regarding her mother, Savannah said that Julie's living arrangements had no air, pointing out that prison service dogs enjoyed more comfortable housing. There are service dogs for the prison that are housed in a heated and cooled building because it is inhumane for them to be without air, the singer asserted. "I read an executive order signed by President Joe Biden requiring all federal prisoners to be kept in green facilities." She continued, "And I'm like, well, this is completely opposite of that." Todd exchanged emails with Abby Miller, the star of Dance Moms. Was always talking about financial institutions and people that were coming after him, his local government, always talking about that, the TV star claimed of the Chrisley Knows Best star. April, family deems jail sentences harder than parental. Savannah acknowledged in April that her incarceration was definitely harder on her than it was on Todd, but she is still trying to do anything and everything to keep herself occupied. Meanwhile, Todd was said to be in high spirits. Fans received an update from Lindsay Chrisley regarding her father's embracing and making the best of the process. Even his fellow prisoners greeted him with wide arms. As Julie Chrisley and Todd continued to spend their marriage separated behind bars, rumors of their divorce began to circulate. It is said that during his first year of incarceration, Todd Chrisley and his spouse have not spoken. However, Lindsay and Savannah promptly dispelled the nasty rumor. Savannah clarified, "My parents are madly in love with each other and will come out of this trial even stronger and more in love than before." June, Todd Chrisley starts penning a memoir in his first year of incarceration. Todd started penning a memoir about his marriage and his time spent behind bars. His daughter was putting every effort into his appeal process, referring to it as a long journey. Additionally, she asserted that her accounts of the jail's conditions, which included black mold and no air conditioning, were 100% factual. No air conditioning in July, when Chase Chrisley joined Savannah's program. They both agreed on the supposedly appalling circumstances in jail. The siblings concurred that despite temperatures reaching over 100 degrees, their parents lacked air conditioning, and Julie had a poisonous snake slithering close to her bed. The LA Times was informed by Jay Sargent, Chrisley's attorney, that the jail term was mentally taxing his client. He provided an update. "He's still very energetic, but I think he's suffering from anxiety because he doesn't know what's happening on the outside with his case." September, a shorter jail sentence. On September 8, the Chrisley family received good news. The Federal Bureau of Prisons verified that the couple's prison terms had been lowered. 2 years ahead of his initial sentence, on January 22, 2033, was Todd's new release date. Julie's sentence was shortened until October 19, 2028, a reduction of 14 months. The reality stars were model inmates, according to Attorney Sergeant, and were eligible for the reductions under the First Step Act. Todd maintained his status as a role model prisoner by imparting financial knowledge in an effort to shorten the inmates' sentences. Under the First Step Act, minimum and low-security criminals can receive sentence reductions in exchange for earning credits for productivity. Julie also shared her knowledge of real estate with FMC Lexington. Savannah claimed that prison wardens had been retaliating against her parents after she started speaking out for improved living conditions for inmates.